Richard tends to oppose. Gloria tends to support. Black Agate tends to oppose. Uzo, neutral.
The situation doesn't look good.
Do you have any news, Mark?
Someone is spreading the minutes of your last meeting. I didn't get any direct evidence, but apparently every voter has read the anonymous minutes. The topic about Vertin. It has become a great disadvantage to us.
Double envelopment. A 4.00 approach. No wonder that the draft goes through so easily. To reject the draft during the committee meeting does not actually address the real problem. The House of Intergrades can still resubmit the draft during the next legislative session. So she is planning for the long term. To bring down the voting stage and make it a plan that is totally abandoned.
I'm afraid so. A draft that has failed to win votes can hardly win the trust of the House's reviewers again. And of course, it won't be submitted to the committee.
Did anyone make any actual move yet?
Not yet. The minutes only changed their preferences, but the number of those who have taken a stand still remains the same.
Just as I expected. This draft is not about Vertin, but a promise to the future, about how to balance the benefits between different interest groups. To reach that, we need to meet the expectations of those groups who have a need for flexible management, and also appease conservatives and not shake their confidence in controlling the overall situation.
Actually, we do have an opportunity to change the game now.
Opportunity.
I hereby challenge Delegate Mark Hall to a public debate on the revised draft of Storm Reformation, Manpower, and Discipline. This draft of his will bring unpredictable risks to the Foundation, yet Mark himself seems completely unaware of it. I believe it is necessary to make such risks public in a legal...
See, I knew they were going to escalate Burton's issue.
You want to accept this challenge?
All the internal media are reporting the news. If I step back, they will definitely humiliate me and take advantage of the public opinion to undermine the draft.
Mark, that's a menacing move. It is coming for us. No matter fight or flight, they have comprehensive preparation for this. I would suggest taking the long view and not jumping to conclusions.
But defense without attack will never bring us victory, Madam Z. I've always wanted an opportunity to defend the draft in public. Concerning the questions they implied about Vertin, I've collected more than enough cases to refute them. Misleading questions twist people's opinions. It's time to tell them the truth.
You have accepted it. Was it in front of the media?
I was there when Pedro challenged me. So were the media. Well, I don't think it's going to be a complete mistake.
It is a crucial debate. Do your best.
You don't have to come along with me. I'm here to repel the pests in the woods. It's part of my
Thank you for your kindness, Miss Druvis. It is fun to stay in Miss Burton's suitcase, but I really feel like seeing the world out there. By the way, the pests you mentioned, what are they? I've heard of a kind of giant worm called the tatzelworm. They live in caves, about 2 to 5 feet long, and their heads are like, be very careful if you see one. Both its skin and breath are toxic.
I have never heard of such a term. Hopefully we will not encounter any.
So, what are we disinfesting this time?
Oak processionary moths. Perhaps a few gray squirrel cup. It's not enough to only rely on potions and arcanum to keep the woods in peace. Oak trees reside here. Animals that live in symbiosis. Fungi that depend on each other. All of them will embrace diversity by the day.
Do you mean that? A group of grey fluffers flying over there.
Swarm of oak processionary moths. They are preying on something.
Miss Druvis, let's help out right away!
May the peace be with us. Here's something.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Agents have guns. It's called common sense.
Don't blink!
Retreat! What? I can't make the call.
Haven't you eaten?
My sword shot. Whose heart is beating so loud? Whose heart is beating so loud? I believe in you. Whose heart is beating so loud? Oh? So long lives this, and this gives power to thee. Radio waves are everywhere. Everywhere. Depict the world I have never seen before. Each moment, now night.
Don't blink! Wanna watch the aerial stunt? Time.
I believe in you.
Wanna watch the time?
I know the moon, and this is an alien city.
A little trick. Don't blink!
You found the right verse for me. I hear something.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
I know the moon, and this is an alien city. Talking out calms people down.
Oh!
Depict the world I have never seen before. We should listen to what people say.
ВДВ. Сколько
Each
побед?
moment, now night. Secrets always hide in careless words. Listen carefully.
Swallow my exhaust!
sharp. You found the right
Time.
dose for me. Legna sereno intenso ad infinito. Legna sereno intenso ad infinito.
Don't blink.
Stay low profile. I don't want to be shunted to some radical department.
This apple is deeply grateful for what you've done. I almost thought I was caught in a nightmare. This apple has never seen so many moths. Ugh, this apple is going to have PTSD from insects.
They are very sensitive to the scent of sap. With all due respect, even among all the plants, Mr. Apple is quite attractive to insects.
So it was the scent that attracted them. No wonder Mr. Apple's invisibility didn't work. Thank goodness we're here.
Mr. Apple, did you find out anything?
Yes, Miss Druvis. I brought something insignificant. As we planned earlier, I disguised myself and reached the office building next to us. There is a device to detect arcane power at the entrance. However, this apple pried out what we needed from the guards.
What is it? Did Miss Burton win on that voting list?
Sadly, not yet. It's not time for a formal vote. Everyone is cautious and remains neutral. Apart from that, there are some rumors in the Foundation. They are not very favorable to Vertin.
Rumors. It sounds as though the situation that Madame Z handles is more complicated and volatile than I thought. However, the votes have not been lopsided under such bad circumstances. Perhaps that means the Arcanists who share our aspirations are not in the minority.
That said, I'm afraid we are starting a protracted war, Miss Druvis.
Yes, I know. I've taken inventory of the supplies. We can still hang in there for 4 weeks and a half. Although they have cut off the water and electricity supplies in the building, we can still live on the resources in the suitcase for a while. There are fewer guards destroying the woods, probably because the abatis works.
What worries this apple is that if the procedure to finalize the draft takes more than 4 weeks and a half, we would
then survive by gradually shrinking our territory until Madame Z's draft is officially approved. We have chosen the thorny trail, and so we are destined to burn our boats and never look back. Burton. She is worth fighting for.
For this point, Captain and this apple have absolutely no disagreement. Then this apple will keep scouting around for updates so that we could respond in time.
What are you looking at, Miss Sotheby?
Over there. It feels like someone is staring at us.
Let's go back. To the deep woods.
Isn't that scarf a bit too high profile?
I think it fits me just well. You chose a grey shirt. Wise decision.
Looks like you're fully prepared.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the first debater of the day, Pedro Paul Gonzalez Fresno. Graduated from the Law School of the University of Sao Paulo, he is a member of the committee and, more importantly, the challenger of the debate. The other debater of the day is the delegate of the House of Integrales, Mark Hall. Over the past 10 years, he has served the Foundation by drafting countless acts and conventions. The topic of the debate today, storm reformation, manpower and discipline, is exactly a work of it.
All right, both sides are seated. Before we start the debate officially, I suggest we give Mark, the draft writer, an opportunity to introduce the draft. Would you please, Mark?
With pleasure. Storm Reformation and its advocates believe in such a goal. In this ever-changing environment smitten by the storm, this draft will help the Foundation win the trust of a considerable number of arcanists who have different backgrounds and abilities in a more efficient and stable way.
That is exactly where I must raise an objection. The draft has a huge risk which Mark Hall has not realized at all.
No, sir. I totally understand what you're trying to say. You have put forward several questionable arguments to prove Verton's suspicion of disloyalty. In response to that, please allow me to invoke the following cases to prove Verton's competence for leading the unregistered arcanists. Please turn to page 373 of Verton's personnel file. As you can see, since Verton became the timekeeper, the number of unregistered arcanists she has rescued so far is 63. That is a number unmatched by that of anyone present. If that's not enough to prove her loyalty, let's continue.
I have to say, Mark, you have completely misunderstood my point of view. I don't care what Verton has done, but the feasibility of the draft. According to the existing regulations, the duties of educating and disciplining unregistered arcanists are taken by the School of Discipline. While you suggested in the draft that Timekeeper's personal teaching will replace the current collective training. Have you ever thought about the budget that we could possibly spend on it? The Foundation spends an alarming sum of money on education every year, and there is no way we pay extra for personal training.
Oh, what budget? I don't see why we're talking about budget all of a sudden. Did you really read the draft? I didn't mention a word about budget.
Of course you didn't, which exactly proves you have never realized the risk I just mentioned.
Oh, it seems the real topic of the debate has just surfaced. I believe everyone in the hall is looking forward to where it goes. So, Mark, in terms of this point, we would like to know your real thoughts.
The Blackstone is left there alone. That last move is also a defense in panic. If I were the player, what is it?
Seneto asked me to give it to you personally.
Dear Madam Z, with this letter, I send you my best regards. I have been instructed to manage affairs on behalf of Timekeeper during her treatment. Please let me know if there are any missions to alleviate the situation. I will do my best to meet your expectations. Sincerely, Seneto.
Good news.
Peace be with us.
Whose heart is beating so loud? Don't be so furious. Agents have guns. It's called common sense. Retreat! What? I can't make the call?
My sword
Wanna
shone.
watch the aerial stunts?
Plenia sereno intenso ad infinito. Sempre caro mi fu quest'ermo cole.
Right wing.
Sorry.
Haven't you eaten?
I believe in you.
I hear something.
Fine.
Plenia sereno intenso ad infinito.
Right wing. Wanna watch the aerial stunt? Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? A little trick. Right wing. Right wing.
Which matters more? Knowledge or strength?
Oh, you're also here?
Yes. I am taking combat drills with the artificial somnambulism training system.
Six hours. I'm not the only one goofing around.
No, I'm not. I am not goofing around. I am waiting for orders.
Well, much luckier than me. I have so many things to build. Beat Baklushe. Have you heard it? Literally, I should have turned down the offer when they promoted me to the Foundation headquarters. They don't have any field missions for a flying witch.
Is it because of the provisions of talent protection?
Only God knows. House arrest may be a better name. Look, since we're both bored to death, do you want to have a try at some difficult things?
What is it?
This. Have you tried the artificial somnambulism joint training? Put on the helmet together and switch to multiplayer mode. 2 operators can take on a harder training mode. More insane enemies! Like playing in the arcade.
Okay, shall I turn this red knob? What is an arcade?
What did you say? I can't hear you with my helmet on. Whoa, nice controller. Хорошо. I'm entering the zone now. It's been a long time. Why not have some fun?
The light is flashing. What did you press?
I switched to the hardest mode. You better get it together.
Wait!
Don't fail me, top student.
Peace be with us.
Wanna watch the time? Wanna watch the aerial stunts? A little trick. Right win. Haven't you eaten?
It's alright.
Fine.
I believe in you. My sword sharp. I know the moon, and this is an alien city. I believe in you.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Fine.
Leria sereno intenso ad infinito.
Don't blink.
My sword sharp depict the world I have never seen before.
ВДВ. Сколько
I
побед?
know the moon, and this is an alien city. Each moment, now night.
Swallow my exhaust.
It's alright.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
I believe in you.
Fine. Right win.
Sempre caro mi fu quest'ermo cole.
Right win.
My sword sharp.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Depict the world I have never seen before. I know the moon, and this is an alien city.
A little trick.
Each moment, now night.
Shit.
Finally, some interesting work.
Whose heart is beating so loud? hear something.
ВДВ. Сколько
Talking
побед?
out calms people down.
Swallow my exhaust. Fine. Хорошо. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? A little trick. Right wing. A little trick. Fine. Wanna watch the aerial fine. Oh.
Whose heart is beating so loud? For tomorrow.
ВДВ. Сколько
Agents
побед?
have guns. It's called
Talking
common
out
sense.
calms people down.
Swallow my exhaust. Fine.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Oh.
Stay low profile. I don't want to be shunted to some radical department.
I am almost joking.
I haven't had so much fun for centuries. How many times did we die?
Sorry, I cannot do math now. My mind goes blank.
Who would expect the Sonetto would have a brain fade?
Have you heard the result of the debate?
I heard that. The number of people opposing the draft significantly increased after the debate.
It's not going well. Soon will be the voting session. The opposition has taken the lead.
I hope Miss Druvis can hold out.
You visited them?
I submitted a request to enter that building. The system arranged guards to accompany me to ensure my safety. The moment they entered the building, they started sawing the trees, saying that they need to carve out the path. Since then, I have not been there.
4.5 weeks. After that, they can't hold on for any longer.
Really? In that case, the vote result has to come out before that.
Hi. May the peace be with us.
Hello. May the peace be with us.
Do you mind giving us some privacy?
Do whatever you like.
Here is Madam Z's message. Please visit her in the office on Friday.
Okay. Copy that. Thank you for the message.
With pleasure. Wish you a good day.
Are you leaving?
Yes. Do you know how the penalties for destruction of public property of the Foundation and Brawl are determined?
Huh? Well, according to measures of the Foundation for Administrative Penalties, based on the severity of the circumstances, fines will be imposed and the offender's salaries shall be deducted accordingly in minor cases, while detention or expulsion shall be imposed in major cases. The penalty also depends on what is damaged. For example, production tools, household goods, buildings, equipment, and facilities, etc. These are the properties that involve less cost and limited influence if damaged. If the number of people involved in a brawl is equal to or less than 8, and there are no major casualties, the penalty will be minor. May I ask what happened? Why are you asking this all of a sudden?
Nothing. As I said, bored to death. So bored that I have been paying attention to the Foundation's regulations. Even the flying manuals failed to win this much of my attention. So long, Sonetto. Hopefully there's good news for us next time I see you.
We are falling behind even further. A vote or two won't help us turn this around.
I know. The move to D9 was indeed useless.
The Arcanists that were on our side have defected. I misjudged the situation in the debate. I was going to seize the opportunity and the initiative.
To seize the initiative may bring us the chance. That is to say, don't pull back, don't jump, even when they're attacking. But to focus on the bigger picture, to win strong positions. The black took care. Then the white Hane. And the black counter Hane here. The white stand. The black Osae. Through these moves, I see. The move to D11 can save us more than 10 Mukov stones. We can still win within 10 moves. Mark.
Yes? Are there any other things we can do?
We need an influencer, a leader who can win us more than 10 votes. Give me the file of the uncommitted leaders, including those who were neutral about this issue in the beginning.
Okay. Boss.
No. Too young to be convincing.
Noni, head of the Natural Resource Committee?
There are only 3 of them in the group.
Senator Bernard, leader of the Mankind Caucus. Forget it.
Bernard? Oh, yes. He can be your man. He is eloquent and leads a group of 11. All of the 11 are his loyal followers. Why is he uncommitted? I thought he would be the first to vote.
Perhaps they believe it's a sure bet.
Find out what he's been up to.
But, Madam Z, are you sure you want to cooperate with him? This doesn't make any sense. We don't even serve the same group.
Mark, we're all serving for the Foundation's future. I just want to know what he needs now.
The office in Chicago, US. He is trying to cover that region with his influence. Bernard believes the employees there are guilty of serious dereliction of duty. They discriminate against humans of different classes and are suspected of committing electoral fraud in collusion with the local capitals. The Supreme Court's investigators have already intervened, but they cannot go out due to the storm right now, so the case is pending investigation.
Chicago office. I've read the reports on there. I see. Great. Exactly what we can help with.
Through what?
Through Soneto. I have a meeting with her on Friday. This may lead us to a win-win situation.
My back. Fine. Wanna watch time? Oh. Right wing. Don't blink. Shit. Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
I hear something. My sword sharp.
Oh.
Sempre caro mi tu quest'ermo cole.
Fine.
I believe in you. Whose heart is beating so loud?
A little trick.
Sempre caro mi tu quest'ermo cole. Radio waves are everywhere. Everywhere.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Whatever.
Don't blink.
Agents have guns. It's called common sense.
I will pray for you. Sorry.
Best wishes for the upcoming victory.
It will be the final vote soon. It's a stunning victory for us. Cheers!
Cheers! May the peace be with us.
You're in a good mood.
Z?
You must be in the wrong room. You can't find those friends who tell Balderdash here.
What brings you here, our honorable committee member?
May I have a word with you, Bernard?
Let me check my watch again. It's 3 in the afternoon. I don't think I've drunk that much. Could you repeat that again? You want me to canvass for you?
To be more precise, to form a partnership.
My. What a creative idea. What can you offer? Not supporting such a stupid draft next time? Or recruiting new arcanists for our caucus?
What about a witness for the case of Chicago office?
Who is it? Give me the name.
I will, if you collaborate with me. Or talk to me with a better attitude.
I'm sorry. Our philosophies have always been different, and that led to prejudice. But being mysterious won't show us sincerity for each other, right?
A staff of mine is willing to testify as a witness. Her report can prove your point.
Strong enough to prove their negligence?
It depends on the special prosecutor. But the evidence is strong enough to prove that you're innocent from setting up others out of your personal interest.
Looks like you've got your own little bird. The management there sucks. They don't serve humans or arcanists. They're just puppets manipulated by money. I want to bring order back to that place. And I've collected quite a lot of evidence against them. Yet the most ridiculous thing happened. In the second week after I submitted the investigation application to the Supreme Court, the evidence was gone. My men found their charred pieces in the garbage room. Someone threw them into the shredding incinerator. It was like I could do nothing but surrender.
You have a wolf by your ears. I understand.
But you're asking for too much. 11 votes. We're on the opposite side. I can never persuade all of them to vote for you. Besides, the court session of the Chicago case starts later than the final vote. Don't tell me you want the service before you pay for it.
Don't worry. You can vote after testifying.
How are you gonna do that?
I will do what I can, in my power. The vote won't start so soon.
I can try for 9 votes, or 10, for the appreciation of your political resourcefulness.
Good luck making a better Chicago office, Bernard.
Miss Petra.
Come in.
I'm here to report the situation so far. Some neutral parties have tilted in favor of the draft.
How many?
Not a lot of them, but enough to make the votes even. They have always pursued revolution in the Foundation. Looks like Mark has finally persuaded them. I heard Miss Z has been working hard on canvassing too. But the number of the conservatives remains the same. We don't have to worry about that. I believe we will still prevail in the final vote days later.
What about the other groups?
Still functioning as usual. Nothing special. By the way, Bernard and his men paid a visit to SPDM. I didn't get to talk to them.
Thank you for the report. She's never been so persistent. Do you know why she's been so different this time, Pedro?
I didn't realize you had time to invite me to play table tennis. Or are you actually here to lobby, Madam Z?
I'll say both, Katz. Back then when I was a student, I'd often invite my classmates to play ping pong after we left the laboratory. A cold shower after getting soaked in sweat is a piece of memory I can't forget.
You remind me of the old days in the table tennis varsity. You're the only one I can practice with here. Serve it, Madam Z. Let's compete.
Look at my back. Fine. Wonder what kind? A little trick. Right wing. Right wing.
I hear something.
My sword sharp.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Oh? So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
Radio waves are everywhere. Everywhere. Retreat! What? I can't make the call?
I believe in you.
I hear
My
something.
sword sharp. I know the moon, and this is an alien city.
Don't be so serious.
I know the moon, and this is an alien city.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
I believe in you.
Don't be so serious.
Lenia sereno intenso ad infinito.
Gee!
My sword sharp.
I hear something.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Lenia sereno intenso ad infinito.
Agents have guns. It's called
A little
common sense.
trick. Haven't you eaten?
You can't see me. You can't see me.
A crime group.
Finally, just some interesting work. I hear
Sword
something.
Glad to be of service, my lady.
Don't be so serious.
I know the moon, and this is an alien city.
Sadly, these are counterfeits.
It's alright. I believe in you.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Intriguing, isn't it?
So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
Don't be so serious.
Just as I would.
My sword sharp.
Glad to be of service, my lady.
So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
Oh?
Just like real diamonds.
Why is close that? Whose heart
I
is beating so
believe in
loud? We should listen to what people say. Talking out calms people down.
I know the moon, and this is an alien city.
Secrets always hide in careless words. Listen carefully.
Time to make up, gentlemen.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Glad to be of service, my lady. Fragrance and dazzle can easily confuse one's vision. I'm sorry for you.
Agents have guns. It's called
Just as
common
I am.
sense.
Intriguing, isn't it?
I hear something.
Glad to be of service, my lady. Just like real diamonds.
Oh?
Just as I would.
I will pray for you. Sorry.
Backhand chop. Great, great.
Hey!
Nice.
We're planning to revise some articles in the draft.
Which articles?
The articles about strengthening the control of registered arcanists. You're right. We do need to improve the credibility of the Foundation in the outside world. The Timekeeper's power to discipline should be transferred back to the School of Discipline at the Foundation. The Foundation will conduct a unified risk assessment on arcanists to ensure this team is always under control.
But in fact, it still belongs to the Timekeeper, right?
That is our minimum requirement, and you will not change.
I didn't expect you to compromise.
It's not a compromise. It's a reasonable amendment to the draft. Transferring the power of education and discipline to the Foundation will help lower the budget and reduce the pressure on Burton.
And you would even lobby an opponent, me, for this amendment.
A reasonable appeal shouldn't be rejected just because it is raised by a different faction. The Foundation needs solidarity, not contradiction. If the draft is meant to pass, I will do whatever I can to make it meet most expectations. Just like this ping pong game. Friendship first, competition second. Legislation shall serve the people.
You have my vote, Madam Z.
A vote is not the only thing I need, Katz.
No wingman is needed.
May the peace be with us.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
I hear something. Talking out calms people down.
A little trick.
Radio waves are everywhere. Everywhere.
My sword sharp. I believe in you.
Fine.
Sempre caro mi tu quest'ermo cole. So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
Don't blink!
My sword sharp.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Fine.
Regna sereno intenso ad infinito.
Oh. A little trick. Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
I hear something.
A little trick.
Stay low profile.
Ping pong. Yep. It's too noisy. the future. you pick the set.
Constantine.
Has the voting started? You see, here is the number of votes I have estimated. The pro-drafts will lose by 5 votes to their opponent. Don't forget our bet. The one who loses will pay for the new stamps.
The final vote is not today, I'm afraid. Z's speech is still ongoing. She has just started the part on Article 3, Section 5 of the Rules of Procedure, but the speech has already lasted 7 hours. Even some delegates have left.
What? A filibuster?
Yes, and Katz's speech will be right after that. So, I guess the final vote won't start until tomorrow. That won't make a difference. Delaying the vote won't change the result.
We don't know yet. I didn't expect that she would be trying so hard. But for me, this is not necessarily bad news. The filibuster will only have 2 outcomes. It is either one of the parties wins over 2/3 of support and gains victory, or both parties. If this tug-of-war doesn't end with a clear outcome, the Storm Reformation will end up completely dead and forbidden to be discussed within 5 years. Are the stakes getting too high?
Madam Vice President, Mr. President came back from the Pax House.
I will go see him now.
He's waiting for you in the office.
Mr. President. Good day to you, sir. May the peace be with us.
May the peace be with us.
Are you feeling better these days?
I can still hang in for a few years. Thank you.
Are they doing all right?
Just as usual. Nothing to worry about. I'll stay in the Foundation these months. The agenda is well arranged. There is something more important that I must tell you in person.
This is their judgment.
Yes.
Then I have no objection to it.
Hold tight, my friend.
Excuse me. I have to admit I was surprised. Thank you for telling me this.
Look at where you are. A human. She started from here, took 33 steps. Human. On they there. She any is pulp break chain. They
As witness?
Yes. Your report means a lot to him.
I can provide the report, but I have no experience in court hearings. If I say something wrong, will it affect the special prosecutor's decision?
Sonetto, testifying is not taking exams. The court doesn't need a skillful witness. Just honestly tell them what you saw. Focus on the point, and don't distort the facts. The Supreme Court, they value the sense of justice of the youth.
Sense of justice.
And that's a noble quality you have.
I will do my best, Madam Z.
Call the witness.
Greetings. May the peace be with us.
May the peace be with us. Sonetto, as informed by the subpoena, you have been called forth by the accuser, Bernard Wilson, to testify as the witness in court. Could you specify the relationship between you and the accuser?
We did not know each other. I heard of him at work, but we rarely worked together.
Then why did he call you?
I was one of the parties involved in the 1929 storm incident. I submitted a detailed report of that. He searched the database and found the report, so he made a request for access to my supervisor, Madam Z. Then, Madam Z asked if I would be willing to provide the report and attend court as witness.
Could you tell me the reason why you agreed to testify?
My immediate supervisor is having a long-term treatment, and there are more time slots available on my schedule. I am happy to be able to make a difference during the time and defend the established facts. More importantly, I personally believe that there is still much room for improvement for the Foundation's office in Chicago in the United States.
What is this, Miss Sonetto?
This is a record of all my travels from the time I received the promotion order in the research center to go to the office in Chicago in the United States, to the time I went back to the headquarters of the Foundation when the storm came. This is the field report and diary I wrote about the storm in 1929.
What point do you make?
I would like to prove that the Foundation's office in Chicago in the United States violated the Declaration, Fight for the Peace and Order of Mankind, and the rights of some humans and arcanists.
You're tarnishing our reputation! request a debate duel. I won't allow her to distort the truth like this.
Mr. Seth, I haven't checked these files yet. Silence, please.
Your Honor, you can examine the files one by one while we're having the debate duel. I can't bear to see the long history of our office slandered in this way by a newcomer. I demand a duel with her.
Sonetto is an investigator with rich combat experience. There is no good dueling with her. Do you accept the debate duel?
I have no objection, madam.
Please to the stage, duelists. The debate during your duel will be faithfully recorded. 3 defeats in the debate of one side will end the duel. You have the floor now.
May the peace be with us.
I have decades of historical materials while you were in. What makes you think your testimony...
Whether the history is long or short, it does not affect. Article 78 of the International Law of Procedure states, any individual who has knowledge of the case and has an... Hereon, I shall prove the value of my...
I believe in you, my sword sharp. So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
Sempre caro mi fu quest'ermo cole.
I believe in you, my sword sharp. So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
Sempre caro mi fu quest'ermo cole.
Depict the world I have never seen before. I believe in you. Each moment, now night.
Regna sereno intenso ad infinito.
You found the right verse for me. May the peace be with us.
I have decades while you were... What makes you think...
Whether the Article 78 Huron.
No wingman is needed.
Just as what's been practiced countless times.
Look at my back.
I have decades of while you were... What makes you...
Whether the Article 70 Huron.
Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Oh! Don't blink. Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Oh! Don't blink.
February 14th, 1929, after half of the staff in the office were absent from work, I learned that this was permitted by the director. They were required to sell alcohol in speakeasies at night to make a profit for the office. The malpractice at daytime was therefore tacitly approved. This can be found in photo appendix number 3-12-8.
Slander! It's individual behavior of the employees.
Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Oh! A little trick. Gee! Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? A little trick. Don't blink. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Don't blink. A little trick.
That morning, a procession appeared. They were protesting against the high registration fee charged by the office for registering their identity information. In addition, there was a racial brawl in the square, but the office did not send anyone to pacify the crowd or maintain the order.
Do you have any evidence?
I wrote them in my diary. Does that count as evidence?
Yes. Please tell me which page it is on.
Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Oh! Right wing. Haven't you eaten? Whatever. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Swallow my exhaust! Oh! Haven't you eaten? Хорошо. Fine. Right wing.
These are all insignificant glitches. To be honest, you can find similar problems in any large institution in the world. As long as we manage the office in a different way or change the staff, it would be improved. But you claimed that we violated the Declaration of Peace. This is pure slander, gross defamation.
I am not slandering the office. Schneider, you refuse to offer a human, no, an entire family, the shelter of the Foundation.
Stay low profile.
Schneider, a friend we met in Chicago. She once chose to join the Foundation under the pressure of both the Storm and Manus Vindictae. But instead of offering any solution or help, you just gave her a rejection letter. I found this letter in her suit pocket. It had a small line written on it. Poppers, fuck off.
I had completely no idea what this was about. Not to mention the fact that no one at the office had ever heard of the Storm. What help could they offer?
In this particular case, you should have reported to the headquarters or to the investigators out there, instead of doing nothing but leaving an insult. I do not understand why there was such wording on it. Was it because she did not pay enough shelter fee to qualify for sheltering? Or was it because the wand she used was transformed by Arcanum, which made you think she was an Arcanist? Does not the Declaration of Peace say, everyone, strong or weak, rich or poor, of any race deserves a helping hand so that the existing peace and order shall be maintained? They were humans. If only they had made it to the headquarters sooner. Maybe they...
In the particular circumstance at present, it's impossible for the headquarters to take in humans from all over the world. But you bring out a possibility. A possibility better than anything that happened. Thank you very much for your testimony, Ms. Zanetto. And also for the debate, Mr. Seth.
I seem to be too emotional just now.
Miss Zanetto, you brought us a great debate. Have you heard of the Supreme Court? You should come when you're free.
I was told you have something important to share.
Yes, the filibuster is about to end. Z told me they are going to end the speech and apply for the official vote at noon. If you're going to continue with the debate, don't forget to send your men.
Do you see Bernard over there?
Yes. Quite a lot of his men attended today. They have remained uncommitted to Storm Reformation so far. I thought they wouldn't bother to attend. The opposition side doesn't need a dozen more votes to win, after all.
But the advocates of the draft do. There will be a new draft given to you in 2 hours. I brought together a revision group last night with some hired experts. We have adjusted some of the articles in the previous draft. I will need you to present it to everyone when the time comes.
What for? Is that draft going to be adopted? Oh, the draft is going to be adopted, isn't it?
There are things that even I cannot maneuver. All I can do is bring benefits to as many people as possible. I have specifically made some amendments to the clearance to educate and discipline unregistered arcanists in Section 3 on page 21, as well as the duties and obligations of the Timekeeper's special team in Section 1 on page 40. Every arcanist assigned to the Timekeeper's department will be put through the Foundation's risk assessment and graded accordingly. Ordinary arcanists only need to receive primary artificial somnambulism training. The more extraordinary ones will be sent to the School of Discipline for re-education.
Delegate Mark also submitted another edition, which was quite similar to this one.
Is that so? Well, I'm pleased we have reached a consensus even before we meet. Here are more things we have revised. Given their resistance to the storm, the Timekeeper's special team will take up more work related to Manus Vindictae. The Foundation will utilize their abilities. We have also fine-tuned the details. They will be given more executive power while the Foundation retains control over all things. Remember, we have to make everyone aware of these changes before the voting starts. We have to make sure this version of the proposal is the one that gets the final approval in the end.
Understood. Can't believe this is happening. The first revolution targeting arcanists in the past decades. Don't forget my stamps for this quarter, Constantine.
Am I so tired that my eyes are failing me? No, it's not the time to relax. Just 2 more hours. Hang in there. It will end soon.